That's the problem now in Snowdonia, so popular that parking's a problem. So this would be a nice parking spot, but of course it's private parking. Okay, I took a video of this section of the walk about a year ago. Llyn Ogwen, yeah, that's it, that lake there. I did a circuit of the lake. Very nice, but I'm going on a different walk today. This is my backup walk. I was going to do a walk above on a small mountain in Crimpower, just about 5 miles down there, above Capel Currig, but I couldn't find any parking, so car park was full up. So that was, I had to go on to my backup walk, which won't be very exciting, I'm afraid. It's just an uphill walk to a hidden lake up there. Okay, this is where I start my uphill ascent. I'll see how I go. That's kind of new since I was here last year, that kind of National Trust collection box. It is magnificent scenery around here. I never get tired of it coming here. Now I parked down there on the main road, and I took the track up which goes up to that farm there. And I basically just started this ascent up to that kind of hidden lake, and that's a sign I haven't seen before. The Cambrian Way. Yeah, the Cambrian Way. That's well, I've heard of it, but I haven't actually seen a footpath sign with a Cambrian Way on it. The footpath I'm on now is not very popular. It is actually an ascent route to Carnedd Llyn and Carnedd Dafydd, but it's not very popular because it's, well, I can't make out hardly any, not much visible signs of the but the chief feature of this walk will be the backward view across the valley to the other side, Ffynnon and the glidders, and there's some people, a couple of people taking photography against the lake. I think on this ascent up to the lake, I think I've only got about 200 feet attained so far, and here's a little stream that comes down from the lake, so I presume I've got to cross it here somewhere. My mountain days are coming to climbing days. This is kind of like a mountain footpath, which means a little bit of well, easy scrambling, and crossing streams, which for the likes of me are now kind of problematic. Okay, carry on. So very little sign of a trodden footpath, but on the descent, assuming I'll make it up to the lake, which is not 100% guaranteed these days, but I'll go on the other side. It looks easier ground on the other side of the stream up there. So I'm hoping I'm kind of like a third of the way up here. I'm just making my way up amongst these rocks here. As you get higher up, there's less water in the stream, So I found a crossing point there. There's actually, you can see a semblance of a footpath over there, so I should have stayed on this side of the stream. Now, when I started from the house about 2 hours ago, it was nice sunshine, but of course it often happens in the mountainous areas that it clouds over. It could be quite sunny on the coast. Okay, so looks like it's plain sailing now. I'm on the right side, and there's a nice waterfall there. Probably the #1 feature of this ascent towards the lake. I have seen about 3 or 4 walkers. There's a couple up there just out of sight. Okay, I made no further progress since I took the last video clip, because I decided this nice little rock here, which I'm going to call the halfway house, I decided to have a little break. Consulted the map. The path does go up on this side, and I'm roughly halfway up this 1200 foot ascent. The sun just briefly came out. The wind picked up a little bit maybe. The sun briefly came out at this point, and you can see these the helicopters drop these bags of boulders, so eventually well, they're going to put a proper path in here. There's another walker. He may have come down from the top, Carnedd Dafydd, or even Carnedd Lloer. I think the idea is to get an early start so you can find a parking space. And there's a marker post, and up there is a yeah, proof positive I'm on a right of way. Yes, apparently part of the Cambrian Way. Yeah, it goes, well, right, these are all part of the Cambrian Mountains, really, I think, which go all the way down to the south of Wales. Yeah. And there's the ridge. An excellent ridge, a good climb that up to Carnedd Dafydd. You can't see the summit, Carnedd Dafydd, from here. Now this is where, for the likes of me anyway, you're hoping that the lake is just round the corner. But I'll see. It might be a bit further up, but I'll see what happens. I could check the map, but I'll just go for the excitement of discovering the lake suddenly. The lake isn't just around the corner, as well, I didn't really expect it. I knew it was a bit further on, I think, but the gradient at least has eased off. So the lake is, well, it looks like quite an impressive mountain combe, you might say, or is that the combe? Amphitheatre, maybe. Okay, I reached the lake. There, right, a typical mountain, Welsh mountain lake. It's got well, maybe not as impressive as the one, is it Llyn Ogwen, is it, or Llyn, beneath Snowdon, but still pretty austere. And there's remains of a snow cornice up there. That's the connecting ridge between Carnedd Dafydd and Carnedd Lloer. Yeah, so that's Carnedd Dafydd. I just saw a party on the top a bit earlier on. Oh, there they are. There's a party up there. I don't know if I can focus in on them. Right there. Yeah, that's them right there. Yeah, on the way to Conqueror Summit. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately those days are over for me. I think the normal route is from Ogwen Cottage. But when I did this ascent, it was a family outing about, well, some time ago now, getting on for possibly 40 years ago. when my brother-in-law, brother and I think a nephew came along as well. We went up there somewhere, and of course in those days there's a bit of scrambling I think involved, but nothing serious. It was a winter ascent, so there was ice on the top, so crampons were required. And you go along the ridge there and you can't see it, but Carnedd Dafydd, the second highest mountain in England and Wales, is up there. Okay, I won't... it's kind of out in the open here. There's a bit of a breeze blowing, and it's about 2,200 feet above sea level here. And Carnedd Dafydd is 3,420, so it's about 1,400 feet above where I'm standing now. And of course, once you're at this altitude, even where I am standing, it's quite a bit cooler than it is down the coast. Several degrees, well, 7 or 8 degrees cooler. So. And it's not a very warm day to begin with, right? So I won't hang around. I'll commence my descent from now. A couple of walkers. Well, you may be able to spot them. I won't focus in on them. Just there, coming down from that direction there. So that's probably the actual ascent route there, which makes sense. It's the beginning of the ridge. So I can't spot any people on there, but. You could probably see, it's fairly, I think it was fairly obvious. So, as I say, there was a kind of a rock scrambling which required handholds section there. Okay, no problem. Already, well, at least 200 or 300 feet down. There's some more walkers down there in the stile. And of course, the one nice thing about this walk is the excellent views of that mountain driven. It's spectacular. You know, it's well, it's kind of reminds me really of the Coulions in the Isle of Skye. Of course, it's a 2,000 feet from the valley floor, and the Coulions, of course, they go up to right from sea level up to about 3,300 feet. So right, but still. Very similar. Okay. Yeah, there's a nice little wild camping spot there. Yeah, very nice. Back on safe ground for me, anyway. Came down there. The path was a bit rough in places, and it kind of seemed to disappear. But no problem. That's the end of this walk. Quite an enjoyable walk, but really I think these days of scrambling up rough mountain paths are coming to an end. The likes of me, I think. But nevertheless, a good walk.